Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. It is another crafty day here, and we are going to work on something that we started last week. So we were working on this little tab bound envelope journal, and so I thought we would continue and add a few other things in there today. So when you come on, just say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. You know, we are having much cooler weather here, and I know some of you are too. And it's just such a relief to have a little bit cooler temperatures, right? I know you agree with me. So we are going to just get started, and I started a little bit early so people could perhaps find me easier. And let me see here. Let's see. So we've already got some things going on here. Let's flip through a little bit and see what's going on. So I coffee dyed some white envelopes and just dried them in the oven. And so I was pretty happy with those. I did it real quick. I was in a hurry, so I did it kind of quick. But then we've just been adding other little, papers to cover up things and little pockets, all kinds of things. So we've got lots of places that you could do some writing. We've put some little tuck spots and belly bands. Some of these things were papers from the collection. Hi, Diane. That were too long to fit in there. And so I thought, why not just fold them in half? And they'd make great little journaling spots, I think, anyway. What do you think? Let's see. What else? And I put a couple of tuck spots here. I have never really done this before. I made a tuck spot at the top and a little tuck spot in the corner. Hi, Lori. Now, a couple of the envelopes have I opened them up here on the sides. So there's a side pocket right there. I don't have anything in those yet, so I'll still need to put something in there. So there's two side pockets. And then up at the top, there's two top pockets too. And then we just use some of that twine to make a belly band. So I think that's kind of fun. I think this might be another one. Nope, that's not one of the big ones. And then some of these were like cut aparts from that same kit. And again, I just folded them in half so there would be a good amount of space to write something. I think it's always great to have some good space for some journaling if you've got a little book, right? How many of you do some journaling in your little books, or do you just like to make them? What do you do with them? I want to know if you just make them or do you use them as well? Either way, it's fun, right? Hi, Linda. How are you? I think it's fun any way you do it. So, let me see here. Okay, so we were just flipping through some of these. These are completely open still. This is one of the places where there's the top pocket, and I did get a tag in both of those. Again, they were just things that were cut out. I think this was a longer piece. I liked that they had some just more of a plain background on them. I liked that because then it makes it easy to write on. And then this was the thing we did the other day where we used a window envelope and made this little pocket. This was another cut apart, so we sliced it off here so it would fit and then sliced it off at the top. And then we glued that down on the side, so that's sealing in all of our little sequins here. And then, backed it and made a hinge here with just the paper. So this paper, we've got a pocket here. I almost forgot and glued the whole thing down. If you were watching that day, you'll remember that fun thing. And then this was one of my fixes I did. It was supposed to be turned up like this so you could use these, and then I got both of those envelopes turned the wrong way. So we just made some tuck spots there. Uh-oh, that needs a little bit of help. Let's get that fixed up. Hi, Patty. Hi, Carol. Okay, Lori is new to journaling, it sounds like. She's watching and learning. Okay. Okay. I don't know why that didn't stick down. No telling. No telling what was going on at that moment, right? Oh my gosh, I know. It's hard to believe it's already afternoon. I'm into my big organizing project. I'm getting close to the finish line of the way that I'm working on it. So I'm glad of that. But then I started to look for this because I wanted to use this today. Hey, Charlotte. And oh my gosh, I couldn't find it. I almost panicked. But guess what? I put all the scraps and this into one of those big plastic, kind of like a Ziploc bag. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was too organized, you guys. Can you believe I couldn't find it because it was organized? Oh my goodness. That's how it goes, right? How many of you have had that happen? You've put something away and then you couldn't find it. And then when you found it, you're like, oh yeah, I remember putting it away. So it can happen, right? It can really happen. Okay. And let me do one more thing here. And then we're going to be good to go. Thanks for popping on with me, you guys. I really appreciate it. Okay. So what I thought we would do today, I've got all of these are scraps and things that could go with it. And so I thought we would make, oh my gosh, hang on one second. I forgot the piece that I needed to make something. Hang on one second. I'm back, hang on. Oh my goodness. I wanted to use a coffee filter. So we had done this before. Now I made my dog mad. We had done some of these before, and I think that by the time this is folded up, I think it'll fit. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold the center, fold the edges into the center like this, and then just fold it out. And I don't care if it's a little bit wrinkly. I think that makes it a little more fun for something like this. Let's see, is that going to be too wide? Yep, a little too wide. Let's kind of crisscross them a little bit because we do need them to fit on the page. So I just kind of want to make it so that this arch of this part looks more centered. So let me get this to where you can see it. Now, I have not done one of these with a coffee filter. You know, coffee filters are fairly, they're kind of sturdy, you know? They're made to hold wet coffee grounds. So they're actually kind of sturdy. Okay, I think that's going to do it. I think that'll work. And then you fold the second one up. And let's see, let's make it kind of a nice amount here. I don't know. What do you think? You think I should make it a little bit more narrow to fit in here? What do you guys think? A little more narrow? What do you think? I'm going to look for some... You know what? Let me get this out of the way, you guys. This is kind of distracting, isn't it? It's very distracting. Let me grab it and move it away. Now I lost my coffee filter. It blew away. My fan's on and it just blew away. Yeah, I think so too. I think a little bit more narrow. I agree. And if I had one of the pages already done. Oh, you know what I could do? Let's kind of make it about 3 inches. And I can use my grid line. I didn't even think of that. Let's use that grid line and kind of line it up. Okay, let's see. And since it's not flat, it's like it just keeps moving. It has a life. It's got a life of its own here. Okay, I think that's it. I like that size. And then let's go ahead. We don't want it to be the full length. Okay, I think that's going to work. Okay, so now what you do, I'm going to take this And you guys, while we got it right here, I'm just going to put a spot of glue here to kind of tack that down. Now is that going to seep through? Nope, I think that's good. Okay, now, well, we've got this up here. Now what we do is we make a good crease along here, and we just take some scissors. Just grab some tiny scissors, and then we're going to cut along that fold line just to that other fold line, like that. So we need to do that on both sides. These kind of make a fun pocket. We had done these one other day. Now if you're just making a circle, and you know, don't think, how would I ever make a circle? Because it's easy. Take a, you know, you can take like a dessert plate, or, you know, however big you want your circle. And there's lots of ways that you can do that. Now I'm going to kind of put this glue all along the edges to kind of tame that down. So we can slide something in easier there. Okay, now we fold it back up, and now these come out this way and fold back along here. Okay, so let's put a little glue along the bottom. So that's all you do. Isn't that fun? We'll just glue that down. And then the same on the other side. Okay. All right, so now we've got all that. Now you could do it like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue along these edges and fold it back up, and then it'll catch on those sides. I think that's what I want to do. You could, if you wanted to, and you wanted to make it a little bit more interactive, you could glue this part closed right here down at the bottom, and then just leave that so it would, you know, open and close. I think it's always kind of fun to have things that flip-flop around, right? Oh, good. I'm glad you guys like it. Okay, so there we go. Let's see, where shall we put it, though? I don't know. We could put it right here, but we've got stuff already going in here. Let's see what else we got. Well, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. We got lots of places still. Actually, I do kind of like it right here. And it's got a nice contrast with that piece that kind of looks like, I don't know, kind of burlap maybe. What do you think? You think it does that remind you of burlap? So let's just go ahead and get some glue on it. And we don't really have to worry about if we can see it or not. It is kind of thin. You know, it reminds me of, I guess it's the color. It reminds me of the tissue paper for sewing patterns. Oops. But this is much sturdier than that. Oops, let me move it over. Oh, shoot. That's kind of crinkly, but you know, remember, it's a junk journal. This is really a junk journal, right? There we go. So we got that in there. And I'm not even going to worry about how that, you know, it's hard, unless you were going to completely iron that flat, one of those coffee filters. It's probably going to be a little difficult to keep it, you know, pretty and flat. Okay, let's grab something and make some tags. I've got, I don't know what this is. Here's some piece of book page that has ended up here. Okay. Now since, let me see how big these are. We could either make them tall enough to fit down in here, or we could make some little small ones. Oh, let's do this. Let's make a couple of small ones to stick in this direction. I like that idea. So that's about, I'm going to make it about this long. And this long, let me measure it here. It's about 3 3/8 inches. So I think I'm going to make 2 of them. And let's see how wide that is. That's 4 inches. They're not very big, but we'll make them like 2 inches. Now, is that going to fit in here nicely? Oh, Martha, I did not dye the coffee filters. Oh, it's almost a little bit too short, you guys. But you know, we're going to put some string on them, so I think it'll be fine. I usually buy the brown coffee filters, Martha. The white ones are bleached, basically, and I just buy the ones that are unbleached. So I kind of like them that way. So let's just trim a little bit off here. You know what? Oh, this is gonna be, oh, here's a great idea. I'm gonna hold one up and do that, and then I can flip it over and I can get the same angle. Oh, I love that idea. And the same over here, and I can put this and they can all have pretty much the same angle. Today anyway, right? Alright, now what I wanted to do was I'm going to make these a little bit more, well, let's add a little ink to them. Let's ink them up a tiny bit. We could have inked up the edges of that coffee filter too. I didn't even think of that. Oh man, I'm getting a lot of ink on here. That's super messy. Man, that seemed really juicy today. But yeah, you can dry the filters. Now the paper, the envelopes, I dried them in the oven, and I just used, you know, regular coffee right out of my coffee pot that day and put it in like a, I don't know, like a 9x10 pan or something, and I just got those in there and dunked them in for a minute, took them out and put them on some cookie sheets, stuck them in the oven. I think I did it at about 200 degrees for just a short amount of time. And you have to be careful. I almost got mine scorched. I almost left them in there too long. So you do have to be careful. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of these little, this little punch, maybe, and I'm going to have to hold it down here like this. Maybe. Oh, that thing's stiff. And it didn't spring back very easy either. Who knows how long I've had that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these on here right in the center. We're going to make it to where they're going to look kind of like those purchased tags. But we're going to do a DIY one. So I don't want it seeping out everywhere. Let me kind of just use my nozzle and kind of rub it around. Stick it right down here. Do the same with the other one. What are you guys up to today? Doing anything fun on this Monday? I'm still knee deep into my organizing project, you guys. It's not something I enjoy doing a lot. But I think I'm to the part that, you know, like you make a bigger mess as you're working on cleaning up. And I think I'm getting close to the point that, you know, all of a sudden I'm going to get everything out of the way and it's going to be done. Hey, Cheryl. That's no problem. I'll tell you what we were doing. We were making a little, one of those circle. Oh, look at this, you guys. You can see it. Look, it's stuck down there and it did dry clear, but look at that. You can see it. We could have kept it just under here and it wouldn't have been able to have been seen on there, but then that part would have been flapping around. So I guess when we get something in there, though, it won't be so noticeable when we get some other tags or something in there. Okay, now I'm going to take my Crop-A-Dile and I'm going to use the smallest punch over here. Hopefully I can still get string to go through it too. I'm just going to try and center that. Now look, it looks more like one of those tags you would buy. I think the colors on those are a little bit different, and I can, you know, I don't think that's going to work. I'm going to have to use this bigger size for the hole. I don't think I can get anything in there. Wait, is that the big one? No. Nope, it wasn't. Let's use the bigger size. There. That's better. Let's go back and do this one. We'll just center it over the hole we punched. Try to anyway. Well, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. And I did find this other twine I've got too. It's kind of, I want to say limber. That's not the right word. But it's a little bit, you know, I don't even know. I can't even think. Can't think of it. It's Monday. It's a Monday. What'd you guys do this weekend? Anything fun? So I'll just pull this through here. And I've got another little tag, and we'll put those in the side pocket. Give us something sticking out there. And then these little strings, they're going to be kind of cute because they're going to come out on the same side where we've got the tie to the little journal. So we'll have all kinds of little strings going on over there. I think that'll be kind of cute. Okay, so there we go. So we've got those. So let's see, where was that side pocket? We didn't have anything in those. Here was one of them. We can stick these in here. I tell you, these are really hard to get open. And maybe, you know, as they're kind of used and opened up some and have some things in them, they'll probably be easier. But see, we can stick those in there. And that's not so bad. Even though they were kind of short, you know, in there, like they went all the way down. I think that's good. I like them. I'm happy with that part. Okay, so let's see. What else have we got here? This paper was fun. Look at this. It's like a newspaper, and it's got a lot of things that are kind of nautical. I was so happy to find that. I knew I had that pack. I didn't remember how much of it was left, but I was hoping that there would be enough to use for, you know, something for this journal, and I was so happy to find it. Two things, you know, happy to find it and happy there was enough left to use. I think I'm just going to use some scissors. Let's just cut this. There's some lines we can kind of use for some guides. I'm just going to cut up here, kind of out of, not so straight, but you know, it'll do. It's kind of tall, but I don't know. You know, I could have done it a bigger piece, but see, this part, this is what happens a lot of times when there's a fun piece that you want to use. The other side isn't as easy to do something with. And now I remember what I was going to do with that. Oh, this is what I was going to do. Let's round the corners though, because that'll be a lot easier to get in and out. And you can either use a corner rounder or just your scissors. Let's see. Oh, look, that's perfect. It's a little bit too tall. Let's cut it a little bit. Probably about 1/2 inch. Let's just pop it in the trimmer and cut off 1/2 inch. Oh my goodness. You have been doing some embossing. I love embossing. I just think it's so fun. Were you trying to do dry embossing with your Cuttlebug? Is that what you were doing, Martha? We'll do this again. They're not really even, but that's okay. So we've got that, and we could stick that into here. I don't know what the purpose is. It's just fun, right? It's just fun. And then, what do we have over here? We could take something else. Now, I've got tons of stuff that's like Tim Holtz and some of that. That would be kind of fun to put some in, but I haven't looked through any of that. I was just kind of going with what I had here. Let me see if there's any stickers or anything. I don't know. I haven't really... We've used almost everything from a couple of different sets. You know, it's really interesting sometimes how you might have a collection that is for one thing, you know, like a complete collection, and then you pull out some things and you've got other stuff that goes great with it. And I think that is such a bonus when you can use your things with more than one collection, when they coordinate that well. That is a bonus. Let's see. What's this one? No, this one we could just around. Oh, let's make it like a little tag. Let's just snip it. There we go. And let's put a little hole in it so it looks more like a little tag, right? And just snip it down there. Now this, I think this kit was called something like Land and Sea or something like that, and that was why there were some things that had like hot air balloons in them. We went from, oh yeah, see, look at this part. You can see it had like some hot air balloons in it, but it's still the same collection. But yeah, I think it was called Land and Sea. It was from Stamperia. They make some pretty things. Okay, there's nothing here. We didn't put a tag in there or anything. Let's see what we've got. This is kind of long. I bet, oh, these would be nice. Let's put one of these in. It looks like if we take this one, you've got to since these are bigger than our pages on here, we need to find one that we can cut down some and not really lose a lot of the picture, or it's almost like little postcards or something, right? Isn't that fun? So let's see, we've got a knot on this side, and we can take off a little smidge and still see the knot. And let's do some over here. Let me see. These are about 3.5 maybe. So I know by the time we get some glue in it, it's not going to be nearly that big. Well, let's see if it'll fit. Sometimes when you're trying to find things for pockets, you're constantly having to readjust the sizing, right? That's still too wide. That is really tight. Let me see. Let's see if we can loosen it up a little bit. Sometimes if you put your bone folder in and kind of, you know, press it to where the sides are, your glued places, you can kind of open it up a little bit and just make it a little bit easier to slide in and out. That is really tight. Oh my goodness. Super tight. Man, are we going to have anything left by the time we keep trimming it off? You keep trying. Oh, I know how come it's so... I know why it's so tight, you guys. That was that envelope. It's the back of the envelope, and it's catching in there. Okay, so now we know it's just too long. My goodness. Hi, Deborah. How are you? Hi, Susan. We're just messing around here trying to get this little guy to fit. Okay. I think he needs a little bit more off. And then I think we're good. I think that's all we're going to be able to do to him. Let's see if that'll fit. Okay. He's maybe a little bit. Let's round the corners off so he's not quite so sharp. And poke a little hole and put a little bit of some kind of twine or embroidery cotton or something. Not embroidery, crochet cotton. I like that. It's very soft and easy to use. Let's use that. And let's see about putting a tiny bit of ink on here. I got enough on my brush to still do that. And you know what? Let's go ahead and let's do another one of the little circles to make it look more like a tag. Where'd our little punch go? Oh my god. Oh, it's right here. It's upside down. I'm still looking for that 1-inch hole punch, you guys. And I'm coming to the bottom of all the piles. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if she fell on the floor. Oh my goodness. Back behind some stuff. Oh my goodness. I gotta stand up. Oh, okay. Gonna have to stand up and do this one. Oh, there. Whew. Who would think a tiny little hole could be such a problem? What are your little... I'm trying to see what Susan's got on her little thing. Oh, I see. Little anchors. I think... Is that a little rope? So tiny. So, you know, tags can be, they can be all kinds of shapes. You know, you can have the shapes where you've got them angled off. You can make a tag like this and just, you know, have it kind of like just rounded off. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of like a shape of a Project Life card. I just thought of that. Okay. Ta-da! There we go. Look. I like it. I like putting those on though, those little reinforcements. And you know what? It's surprising how much sturdier that it makes your little paper. Just that amount. Just that amount is kind of nice. And you can put, you know, a little bit, a lot of string, whatever you want to do. I think I'm going to make another one of these that's like about 3 thick. And just trim those. And chop this one down here. Okay. And just string it through. Makes kind of a fluffy string for our tag. I wish I'd had time. I would have loved to have taken some of this and braided it together. I think that would be fun. I think that would have made a cute look to add to some of this. And I still may. You'd have to braid it first before you cut it for your ties. Because it takes, if I started doing it now, it would be so short. Okay, so we got that one, and I think we're going to put it right here in the back of this pocket that was part of our shaker card. Man, we really had to cut that down, you guys. Look, this is the size we started with, was this. And we had to cut it clear down to that to get it to fit. But, look, we still have, that would still make a nice little piece for, journaling on too. Whatever you want to use it for. There. So we got that on there. And I love this thick, looks like a cotton crocheted lace. And I thought it just went really well with the whole rest of the little journal, with the little strings and cords as if it was ropes, because that was what the theme was that day. Give a creator a rope. Okay. I'm just going to tie it back up here like this. So a lot of times if you will think about what you are going to use for your closure, you can get that covered. Oh my goodness, I got so many strings going on here. That's kind of fun though. You can, cover what you're going to use. So it was back behind this piece here. So you guys, thanks for hanging out with me while we worked a little bit more on our journal today. And I am just gonna a little more than half an hour. Well, we got quite a bit done. We made several tags. What did we do? We made several tags. Oh, we made our little coffee filter pocket right here. I think that's fun. Yeah, that is always gonna look like that. Where it glued down to that backer, you can just see it. It's okay. I'm fine with that. If you didn't like it, I guess you could even ink it a little bit. We could do that. Let's try doing that. Let's do it. Let's see how that would be. I don't know. It might bring more attention to it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. That would have to be really dark to cover that up or not make it so noticeable. We could put this on here. Just give it a little more color. We'll just mess it up good. Stick that back in there. See, in this way, you can cut down things. You don't have to make them into tags with, strings through them. You don't have to do that. And you guys, when you make things like this, you can do whatever you want to with it, right? Because you're the boss of your own paper. Right? Bling on it. Which part? Which part do you want to bling up? There's still plenty of time to do blinging. We could do that. And I've got some fun stickers that were with another kit that I think I might put on some of the plain pages still. But I didn't bring them in here today. maybe we'll, hi Sue, I'm thinking that I'll work on this, let's see, Thursday I am going to be in the game day event over at Sacred Treasure House. So I'll be on my page and in Sacred Treasure House. And it's going to be kind of a theme of, you know, the Olympics. And so my game is going to be a craftathlon, you know, instead of a triathlon. Oh my gosh, those guys, these are going to drive me insane. Oh, I shouldn't say that. But yeah, so my game that I am going to dream up for us is going to be the craftathlon. My spots. Oh, bling them up. Oh, on the back. Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. That could be a good idea. So, yeah, thank you guys for popping in. And if you didn't get to see it, you know, it's a short one. You know, and a lot of times you can run through and change up the speed and hurry through it. And if you can't find out how to do that, sometimes you can't do it on the Facebook replays. I'm not sure what makes a difference as to whether you can or you can't, but you can always go over to my YouTube channel, and it's the same thing, My Artful Adventures. You can hop over there, and I know you can change the speed of those up. You can even change up the quality. If it's giving you a lesser quality, you can even change the quality. It tries to automatically decide what's best for you when you're watching things on YouTube. I don't know if you know that or not. But, you know, if you don't have as good of a signal, it'll try to, you know, bump it down so it'll still speed through and not buffer so much so you're not waiting for it. So tomorrow I'll be back on Tuesday. I'll be back on at 3 Eastern. And then on Thursday, that's at that's at 2 Eastern. And I put my schedule on my page, so you can check that out too if you want to see that. And by the way, I always try to publish my schedule for the week in the newsletter. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter, pop over on my page to my link tree and sign up for the newsletter, you guys. You guys, I'm going to let you go now. That's enough blabbing along. Thanks so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Oh, thank you, Rose. Thanks for being here.